I have some pretty funny stats to share with you today. What's going on, guys? It's Ricky with TechBot Solutions here with a super quick market update. What an incredible day. I mean, we went live from our LPP live trading session. Again, a friendly reminder, if you ever want to tune on in to watch me trade live, it's the second link in the description down below to the FOMC rate decision. Honestly, it was, if you didn't tune on in, you didn't miss out on much, but there was the chance that there was going to be a lot of volatility. It just didn't happen. A lot of consolidation once it began to present itself, quickly went up and then began to retrace into the close. We sold off aggressively originally because of the three companies that were reporting earnings. One of the first to report was Microsoft. Microsoft was the big loser on the day. Microsoft saw a gap down from 480 all the way down to 442. And the reason that it sold off so much, right? We've talked about this before. The company of Microsoft is an incredible business. It's a very well-ran business and they print money, right? They're over $3 trillion in market cap value. With that being said, they dropped about 7% on slowing cloud growth, light margin guidance. So this has been always a big focus for Microsoft itself. And it's also important to note that you will see many times that companies will report earnings. And when they do report, right, $81.27 billion in revenue when the expectation was $80 billion, and EPS came in way higher than what was expected. That's one thing that I noted in today's live stream, a 31% surprise. Microsoft killed it. But again, it's not just the earnings report that was based off of Q4 of 2025. It's important to note that investors care a lot about guidance. And in my opinion, guidance is often more important than the actual earning report itself. Of course, unless something crazy is shared. With that being shared, the thing that I want to note is look, January of 2025, we're seeing $68 billion being expected in revenue. And of course, year over year, you want to show signs of growth, especially from a magnificent seven company like Microsoft, right? We went from expecting $68 billion, right? January of 2025 to January of 2026, expecting $80 billion, right? The jump from 68 to 80, expectation of growth. Very simple to understand. Meta also killed it. They came in higher than what was expected for EPS and for revenue. And let's pay attention to them. January of 2025, they came in at $47 billion. This year, 2026, they came in at 58, right? Let's note 47 to the jump of 58. They're expecting growth, especially when these companies trade at a premium and they're voted as one of the magnificent seven companies. Why is the same tone not expected for Tesla? So Tesla did beat earnings revenue, barely. And they did beat earnings per share. Nice surprise there, 11%. But Tesla's expectation was terrible. Look, January of 2025, we went from thinking that it was going to report at 27 billion, which it missed, 27. Now we expect 24.7. So now we expect less from a company that's gone up in value. This is the really funny part, right? They also announced today, and I'm assuming that this is probably one of the main reasons that it pushed up, is that it's exciting. Oh, Tesla gets to invest, or Tesla is going to invest $2 billion into XAI. Doesn't Elon Musk own XAI? So Elon Musk that owns Tesla is going to invest $2 billion into another business that he owns. And that's exciting for the company? Okay, right? If you've ever seen that meme of the plug, the outlet that plugs in itself, right? It's I don't understand the hype behind it, because if you look at the price action, Microsoft killed it. It often does this though. When it reports earnings, it originally sells off. A 5, almost 6% sell off is pretty substantial for a company that trades at a $3.5 trillion market cap. Meta earned the rally. Meta did really good. They exceeded expectation. There are some slight concerns about possibly over investing into AI, which they fully exceeded expectation of what they plan to invest in 2026. Nonetheless, it pushed up. I think at one point it was up 8 or 9% to highs of 742. I'm invested long-term in Meta, but I've already told one of my financial advisors that as soon as markets open tomorrow, I do plan to trim my position. Not because I think Meta needs to pull back soon. I just don't really think that these levels are going to be supported for much longer. Tesla just cracks me up. It pumped up to highs of 450 because of the weather, I guess, and then quickly retraced back down to lows of 438, which was pretty much the previous highs for the day. The part that's just really funny is that there's nothing new, right? I guess it didn't miss earnings. I am a little bit more critical on companies like Tesla. The reason why, and again, I like being open with you guys. The reason why is because Tesla trades at an insane premium. It's the only Magnificent Seven stock that trades like this, 282 times its earnings. It's a company valued at over $1.5 trillion, yet it makes $5 billion in revenue. If you look into Meta and you plug it into Investing Pro, you can quickly see that, trades at a multiple of 28, not 280, but 28 times its earnings. It's a company that prints money, $58 billion in net income. If you pull up Microsoft and Investing Pro, you can see that, it trades at a little bit of a premium, 34 times its earnings, but it produces a net income of 104, almost $105 billion a year in net income, not just in revenue. 34, not 300, 34. But yet we excuse or often overlook. Obviously, again, investors can do whatever it is that they want. It's their money. 282 times its earnings, $1.5 trillion market cap, $5 billion in net income. And that's with government subsidies. So again, very excited to follow up. Also, if you guys did not see the news, Amazon plans to let go of 16,000 corporate employees. That is before 600,000 Amazon warehouse workers are next on the chopping block. You guys let me know down in the comments section what you think about that. So Mark Zuckerberg and Meta just said that 3.5 billion users or billion people use their products every single day, 3.58 billion. There's currently an estimated 8.3 billion people on Earth. That means 43.1% of everybody on this planet is using a Meta-owned product every single day. That statistic is insane to me because first off, they have to have a phone at that point. And on top of that, are they old enough to use one of the products? I don't know if it could mean that there's some bots that have access. Obviously, people can have multiple different accounts, but nonetheless, that statistic is insane. And, it just shows like how much power and influence Meta truly does have, which again, I love to see people who actually earn this type of like notoriety, right? Where in my opinion, when it comes down to Tesla, it's just, for me, it's just not it. It's overvalued, it's overhyped up, and it's no longer a growing company, right? It's no longer a growing business, but we'll see if it can turn things around or if it can just continue to hype itself up into new highs. So again, in my opinion, and just in my 2 cents, I don't understand how Tesla is trading at such a premium. I don't want to hear the story about full autonomy. I don't want to hear the story about autonomy, the Optimus robot. We've been hearing that for the past 5 to 7 years. But guess what? What do we have now? We have a company that's no longer growing. We still don't have any of the products that they're talking about. And now he's just launching more different companies that are publicly traded that are supposed to, indirectly act as a positive catalyst for the stock. So again, excited to follow up and to see, how this ages for Tesla. Is this something where Tesla is actually a good deal, even though it's trading at a crazy premium? Or if markets begin to correct, is Tesla going to be one of the biggest losers where it goes closer to its true value? And that's, around the $100 to $200 per share at, relatively lower multiple. So again, excited to follow up. I do want to remind you that tomorrow, Apple is set to report earnings after the market closes. So please make sure that you are aware of that, as Apple does have a lot of influence to the overall market. So again, excited to follow up. I want to invite you, if you ever want to tune on into our live trading session, it's the second link in the description down below. It's designed for complete beginners. We have members that signed up for LPP back in 2018 and still get to watch me trade live today. And all they did was they signed up once, and we don't charge a monthly subscription or a yearly subscription or anything for any of the updates. It's a one-time payment for lifetime access, and you'll get to watch me trade live every day. So again, second link in the description down below. We'll see you then. Like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, team.